Now, the next one is connection, and that is where I think is important, and we have to give it context because you're more introverted than I am. I guess, more extroverted. I'm kind of right in the middle, I think, sometimes. But anyways, the point is that we need connection. So at some point, everybody strives for some level of connection. You strive for a level of connection with me as your significant other. And people in general, though, are looking for connection and affiliation with other people that are around them. Okay, so the next thing on the list is connection. So when we look at connection, we understand, and this is one that is interesting, I think, for the reason I say it's interesting is that I know for you, you're a little more introverted than I am. I'm more extroverted. And that has to do with connection because we all at some level need and we strive for some level of connection. You with me as a significant other, and then me with you, but also I like to connect with other people a little bit more than you do. And we want to then be surrounded by people at time or be part of a larger community. That's interesting about the Real Estate Investment Network. It is a larger community. People really like that aspect of what the Real Estate Investment Network was all about, was a community of like-minded people. But beyond that, we also want to be loved. We want to be cared for. We want to feel some level of, I don't know if the word's closeness, or we want to be connected with like-minded people, whether it's friends or family, colleagues, whatever that might be. And, we have that need for that connection, and it's based really on wanting to perhaps belong. So if we're part of a team, for example, we can get really connected. Doesn't matter how big the team is. We know that a smaller team, let's say of 3-5 people, is generally more connected than a larger team, but that's not always the case. The point is we want that feeling of connection. It's a need. And so know thyself, as I said, I kind of said, you look at your kind of introverted tendency, or being introverted, you have that tendency more than I do. What's your thoughts on connection?
I think connection for me, when I'm working through, the needs, the base needs of being human, is the connection starts with myself. And what I've learned about myself is that I need to connect to myself through meditation, through journaling, through knowing what I want to be seen as, I want to be expressed as. I don't have a whole lot of need to be acknowledged from the outside. I don't need a lot of acknowledgement or friends, or I don't need to be on TV. I don't have that, that need in from a significance or connection standpoint. What I do notice with a lot of people that are more like me, that are more ambivert or introvert, is that they need to find their way to be in integrity and connected with themselves. Um,
Hmm.
I don't know if that's, where you're going with this, but I know a lot of people and have many friends that are very extroverted, which I love. And there's so much fun, and it's loud, and music and dancing, and, external motivation and things coming in from the outside. I don't have that need. So it's really important for me as an introvert or an ambivert to stretch myself. And what I love about you is that you're more extroverted. You bring people into our life, which is amazing. And you bring people, and you have conversations, and you talk, and you spark my intellect in ways that are it's super fun, because I could sit with a book and a meditation and light a candle and have a bath and be totally content.
Mhm.
But I don't think that would move our life forward.
Well, there's a part of it too. What's something that you said kind of spurred a thought, and when we talk about connection and connection with other people, that's also where significance lives. Like you said, you don't have a strong need to be famous or be on TV, and you've done all of those things, but there's a part of it too where if we're not making a difference, it's like this podcast. When we get to a place, or if we were to get some sense that we weren't making a difference with the podcast, if
We'd
we
quit.
were, we would just shut it down. I mean, there's
Yeah.
nothing in it for us other than the fact that we love to be contribution. We love to make connection with people. Of course, we love to be coaches and have our coaching programs. And this kind of is a way to get for people to get to know us and have that connection before they become part of a program. But it really is interesting to know that connection and significance, they kind of go together. That's in my brain right now. That's what I got to. Anyways, we can carry on. Anything else you want to talk about?
Yeah, I
Connection?
get what you're saying, that connection and significance are connected, but I don't really think they are. Connection is about other,
Mm-hmm.
significance is about self. And I just want to make sure there's a distinction there. And when people are
Yeah.
listening, it's like, what drives you? Like when I think about our shift clients, for example, like when we can help people get to what drives them, and they
Mm-hmm.
are not embarrassed anymore about what drives them. I remember a client years ago who understood that, she thought family was her highest value, yet she was traveling around the world, being a
Mm-hmm.
massive contribution in other areas in business. But when she told the truth and she said, "You know what? Business and significance is my highest value," everything softened. And it
Mm-hmm.
actually became true, because then her family, her husband and her daughter actually went, "Oh my God, now you're telling the truth. Love it. Now we can support you. You can support us in a different way." But it's where we don't tell the truth about what drives us.
Mm, that's a good one.